Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your man, Tim Swain. Listen, I'm here with the man himself, Mr. Dre Taylor, the president of Beyond Investments, and it is all black everything in Ghana. Man, listen up. Mr. Dre Taylor, all the way from Kansas City, Missouri, building 107 units, Beyond Investments, the made man himself. It's good to see you, bro.
Good to be seen. I don't know why made man, just a man, just a man.
I got you. Listen, the place is so beautiful. I'm looking forward to showing people about it later. But I always think it's important to go back a little bit in the story. So, you're from Kansas City, Missouri.
Correct.
How did you get to Ghana for the first time?
Man, I had a partner of mine. We was in the same kind of nonprofit field doing agriculture back in the States. He was in Atlanta, I was in Kansas City, and I was seeing a whole bunch of posts about Ghana. He'd been coming since 2002, Kashawn Myers, Habasha. And so he was having all these posts, and like many people that come to Ghana, their friends want to know all these questions and they want the answers. So he was like, man, you just need to come. So in 2019, for the year of return, I booked a ticket. I came, I felt more at home here than I did back in the States. As soon as my feet touched the ground, from then I knew I was moving to Africa. I always knew I was moving, I just didn't know where. And so from 2019, the year of return, I made that plan to stay here and move, and had to adjust a couple things, but that's what made my decision to move here full time.
So was 2019 your first time on the continent, or just your first time in Ghana?
2019, first time on the continent.
Wait, so 2019 was your first time on the continent? And then, guys, listen, when I show you what he's building, you're gonna ask yourself why I'm asking him these questions too. 2019 was your first time on the continent, and now you're building all of this. When did it click in your mind that I need to actually start investing in the continent?
When I came up to the mountains and he invited me to his house, you know, went to the mountains, this bad road, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ghana road, seeing this gate with his emblem on the gate, open it up, and it was like a mansion.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so I seen his property. He was growing his own food. He had bananas, pineapples. He had everything. You know what I mean? So from there, I was like, I'm moving to Ghana.
Wow.
And, you know, it was all on grid, solar, battery backup, water filtration, sustainable, all the stuff I was doing in the States. And so it just made sense.
So the first step was you got exposed to the continent. Right. Then you saw another level of exposure in terms of lifestyle from your colleague or your friend at the time.
Correct.
And then you decided, okay, now I want to invest in here. So now let's fast forward a little bit in the story, right? So you come here and you decide that I'm going to invest. Why specifically real estate as opposed to maybe some other kind of entrepreneur and investment?
Well, I started off on a tour. So I joined the tour when I came. And then when I was posting pictures, people was like, hey, you know, I want to go to Ghana, X, Y, Z. I want to do this, I want to do that. And so I partnered with a tour company that was doing the tour because I liked the way it was conducted, X, Y, Z. And when I started doing the tours, people were like, hey, I want to move there. So I wanted to facilitate those people moving here. And so I was trying to find beach land like most of us when we come here.
Yeah.
The paperwork wasn't aligning. You know, the documentation wasn't right. You know what I mean? And so I was coming back and forth, for about 2 years, man, trying to find legitimate land, which is like 90% of the issues here in Ghana when you go to court. And so my partner that brought me here had a friend that lives, the next junction over, and he had this land for sale. He had all this paperwork and everything was transparent, and so that's what I bought the land here.
Wow. There's so many countries on the continent, and everyone has its own kind of unique feel.
Right.
So what was it specific? I know that this was your first time coming to the continent in general. I'm just assuming here that you've been to other countries. If not, then it's just an assumption. But specifically though, why Ghana as opposed to some other places around the continent?
I fell in love with Ghana. You know what I mean? I came in 19 and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
As soon as I left, well, I think COVID hit the following year, and I just kept coming back and forth, man. I didn't go nowhere else. I just fell in love with the country. Like I said, it was peaceful. I seen opportunities, being amongst the majority.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't understand about being amongst the majority and then having freedom.
Explain it to people. A lot of times, I mean, I got people watching from all over the world who maybe have never been in an environment where they are the other.
Right.
Right. But you're coming from an environment like America where it's a racialized context. And what does that feel like? Like, try to put it into words, feelings, and expressions for someone who has never seen it, never expressed it when you came to Ghana for the first time, and even here right now to be amongst, people like yourself.
Here you a man. In the States, you're a black man. So it's like, it's demeaning, you know what I mean? Where they take you down a notch. You're not complete. And so back home, we got a code switch. And when we code switch, what we saying is, I'm not enough. And so if I got to change my voice for a job, change my voice around my coworkers, that's saying I'm not good enough who I am.
Wow.
Here, we good enough. We're enough. You know what I mean? And so having that aspect, because I had a mentoring program back home, I mentored 200 boys back home. And so these are some of the things we would talk about. We would talk about coming to Africa. We would talk about, getting jobs, things how we perceive, how to act on a job interview. It's things that we do that we don't think subconsciously that, we being reactive instead of proactive.
Yeah.
And so trying to blaze a path for them to see that, okay, the world is a worldwide market. We're not limited to just what United States have to offer. There's other places you can go and do.
Yeah.
Get a passport, travel, see the world. And I traveled a lot of places around the country, around the world, really. And I was like, why not Africa? I was going to Mexico, South America, Caribbean, China, Canada, all these places, man. And we're just like, why haven't I been to Africa?
Man, you hit something that really is significant, because research shows that right now, particularly among women in America, black women in America, they're traveling now more than ever, which is a great thing because it shows that people have access to resources and all that. But here's the thing. What I also realized in that was, I forgot the specific article, but I was reading how still Africa as a whole, right, the continent, we don't have enough people traveling here for tourism and for recreation. Most of the times people come, research shows that they're coming for philanthropy or missions.
Yeah.
Coming to help somebody, I'm coming to give back.
Right.
Those things are cool, but I'm telling you, like when I've traveled to places like South Africa and, oh my God, Rwanda. Rwanda is so beautiful. And it's so clean. It's like when I travel and I see all these little gyms, or go to Zanzibar, right, in Tanzania. When I travel to these places and I see the gyms that we have all across the continent, and I go back to the States, what I think about is a few things. Number one, we do have access, right? Once you get that passport, the world is yours.
The world is open.
The world is open. Then the second thing is, I see how you can literally create the kind of life that you want without having to feel like the other, without having to feel like you less than.
Right.
So you've been here now for a few years. Now, are you permanently here now, or you still go back?
Yeah, here permanently. I ain't going back. I ain't never moving back.
You ain't never moving back?
Ever moving back.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Never, ever. It's like once you open up the doors of jail and they let you out to be free, going back to the U.S. is like going back to jail. You know what I mean? It's like you got too many restrictions. You can do this, you can only do that. Being a black man, we have these mental barriers. I can't go over here because they be tripping over here.
Yeah.
All these police gonna be pulling me over here at this time of night. I don't want to do that. We have these mental barriers already built up in us where we don't want to go certain places because of the way they're gonna treat us.
Wow.
We don't have that here in Ghana.
Yeah.
You can go to the worst neighborhood here in Ghana, and you're not gonna have those issues.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta worry about nobody trying to kill you.
Yeah.
You still got to be smart. I'm not saying that Ghana is the safest place in the world, but it's a whole lot safer from the U.S. You can walk the streets here and not feel like they're going to kill me.
What about connection, finding community? Because you are coming as, let me say, ethnically an American, right?
Yeah.
How has that adjustment been to come and, let me say, integrate into society with that otherness that's still there, but at the same time, there is a belonging that you have? How's the integration process been for you?
It's been interesting. It's been learning curve because, just like slavery affected us, colonialism has affected them. And so there's a learning process to understand why they do why they do the things they do, why we do the things we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there's definitely a learning curve in that, but it's been a good transition. We have people here on the ground. You have to have people here on the ground if you go move to be able to move and groove like you want to in Ghana.
Yeah.
You got somebody on the ground.
No, go ahead.
You got somebody on the ground here in Ghana, that makes things a whole lot easier. If you don't know, if you come in here, you don't know, then it's going to be hard for you.
What was maybe one or two of the most difficult aspects of your transition here? Not just living here to drink coconut water, but you're building.
Yeah.
What have been maybe one or two of the most difficult aspects of that transition?
Man, for me, I don't really say it's been difficult. You know, I had a team here on the ground that been here for a while that made my transition easy compared to everybody else. I have no horror stories.
Oh, really? None?
None. Even with building here, I don't have no horror stories. You know, you got bad contracts that you fire and hire X, Y, and Z, but you have that in the States. You know what I mean? And so I don't have no, oh, he did this and he did that. No, you know, I come with some experience. I come with, you know, openness, understanding. And so I haven't had any bad issues or bad stories to tell, unlike some other people.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because sometimes we paint the picture that everybody has had the same experience when they transition from one country to another. Obviously, we all experience some of the same kind of issues, but how those things are mitigated is based upon what you just mentioned, right? Maybe prior experience, who you have on the ground, and how you move.
Right.
And we both know that there's a lot of people who move where they just jump here and they do stuff that they shouldn't even do back in the States, like come to a new place, sight unseen, buy things and all that. But what I'm really excited about is, right, the vision that you've been able to turn into reality. So what I want to do now is I want you to take us through this vision. So I want to take a tour of this property, man. So can we do that?
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Great.
So yeah, this is the view up here.
Wow. Okay. I see. I see what you're doing here, Mike.
Yeah, it's a little light work.
Wow, dude. You feel like you're on top of the world out here.
Something like that. So yeah, we have our infinity pool here. It's a plunge pool. Every unit, every house, every duplex has their own pool, so you don't have to share it with nobody.
Okay.
We off grid here, so it's one of the sustainable properties probably in Ghana. And so we have 8K solar, 20K battery backup. So at nighttime we have the battery that we rely on, you know, the biodigester, the borehole for water. We made our own bricks on the property, so it means it's cooler on the inside because we use earth bricks, using a laterite, a little bit of cement and sand to make the blocks, and that's what the house is made out of.
So when you say off-grid, I want to go back to something, because a lot of people may not be used to living off-grid because they're from a more developed country. Does that mean that these houses are completely run by solar, so you don't have to rely on the local electricity company?
No ECG here.
Man, sign me up right now. Sign me up right now, because Dubai is back. If you didn't believe it, it is back in Ghana.
Yeah, because one of the knocks is when you come here from the U.S., it's things you don't think about or know.
Yeah.
You know, what number gonna call if the power goes out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you don't have to really do solar, but get a battery backup or generator to deal with the power issues.
Yeah.
You know, and so just trying to alleviate and make things a whole lot easier for those who want to come back where it's more sustainable and things you don't have to think about for the next 10, 15 years on the solar and the power here.
Wow. It's really good, Dre, because listen, I've been here a while, and I tell people one of the best investments that I've ever made is my backup electricity. Because these lights are crazy. Oh man. Wow. This what, see, something like this, you just stand up here like this and just.
Yeah, for those who are in California, these are the views you get from California without the California prices.
Wow.
If you was to build this in California, you would look at about $2 or $3 million in California.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so even at the price point that we got, you know, you really can't beat it. It's under $100 a square foot what we building here.
Wow. And I can see you guys building the bricks down there.
Yeah, we're building the bricks here on property, on site, even using some of the laterite from the property to use for the bricks. So like I said, you can't get more sustainable than having a material, you know, and that's one of the good things about Africa. There's a lot of resources here that you can benefit from that we're really not benefiting from.
Yeah, man, look at the pool. Look at the view. This the black house over here. Yo, this is dope, man.
Yeah, ready to jump in. Got my barbecue grill, you know what I mean? I'm from Kansas City, so we grill out there. We barbecue.
Real? What you want, man?
You know, some chicken, some fish, some shrimp, man, whatever you want. A brisket.
Now, you're in Ghana, so you got to put some goat on there, too.
Yeah, we can do some goat. We can do whatever. I like more lamb, but, you know, we can do goat, too.
I got you. Wow, wow, wow. So right now we're in a townhouse, right? How many bedrooms do we have? Tell me a little bit more about what Hope can expect to either purchase or come and see.
So it's 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. The units are gonna be 2,400 square feet, so large duplex units, 4 floors. So you have a basement bedroom,
okay,
and you have 2 bedrooms on top of the kitchen and the hall. So what we're doing now, we're gonna expand it where it's gonna be a full basement with a bedroom, some entertainment space there, and I have 2 bedrooms, a master, another bedroom, then a rooftop pool at the top.
So if you want to do your man cave down there, you can do that.
Yeah, the man cave down there, definitely. One of
the things I love about this place is the natural light, man. And then it seems like every floor house with a view.
We have to. I think one of the things in Ghana is, you know, being here, growing up here, is that they take it for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's a natural area. You know, if you go to Bali, you'll see the same greenery in Bali.
Yeah.
And to see how they were able to turn that into the tourism.
Yeah.
Same thing I'm trying to do here. The view is crazy. It's wonderful. So I want to take advantage of as much views as possible, open it, everything goes. So like I said, you got the city lights at night.
Yeah.
You got the rolling mountains during the daytime.
I noticed we talked about the brisket a little bit earlier, but this looks different, man. Tell me about what I'm looking at, what I'm feeling right here.
So these are earth bricks here, and so like I said, we made them on the property, and it's cool in here. So it's like maybe 90 degrees outside.
Yeah.
You know, and it's probably around high 70s in here.
Yeah.
And so with a fan, you'll be pretty cool inside of here. So you really have to have a lot of AC. Especially with the wind coming from the bottom of the valley and the mountains, where we have all these windows. We open the windows to get airflow.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to use AC, so we're trying to minimize as much power as possible by utilizing our earth bricks and then having a wind flow the way we designed it, so it can be cooler here as opposed to having a brick building that's regular construction in Ghana.
Where we feel like
that's how they build it, like a brick oven.
And so it's every bedroom ensuite. Everyone has its own washroom.
Every room has a full bathroom, shower. This has a bathtub, shower. It's, you know, based on views here. So we have a wood tub that, you know, to die for, so women will never get out of here. So they want to drink their wine and get some food fed to them. They know this place to be.
You're trying to set the scene.
I'm trying to set the scene. So what I really try to do too is that some people don't want to live here full time. So some people want to rent it out for Airbnb. So just imagine Airbnb this property out where now you're providing a BVIP experience, which you can get at God, but you can't really get nowhere else. You know, we can take you to the airport, bypass, you know, all the stuff for immigration.
Yeah.
We can get you police escort to the property. You want to escort.
Wow.
You know, if you want a massage, you want a chef, you want to do a Ghanaian chocolate tasting, a wine tasting, pedicure, manicure. We can offer all those things here. I got a tour company, so we can take you to Safari Valley for the day, see the animals, take you to Sima waterfalls, do a boat ride on the Volta all in one day, come back here.
And there by nighttime, have a glass of wine,
sit on the balcony,
and just relax.
Go to the rooftop pool, just relax and chill, man, and get that peace of mind. If you ever wake up to birds chirping, that's what you're gonna get out here in the morning. So just that peace of mind, serene, get away from the hustle, bustle, or crowd. That's what we try to do out here.
It's nice, man. I'm loving it.
Appreciate it. We still working. We finished up the painting, so we're still doing some stuff here. So they should be finishing painting by the day, then doing the final cleanup. So by Sunday, we'll have our furniture in here. We have our TVs mounted. It'd be livable.
So now we're down here in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's an open concept you have going on. Tell you about what we're looking at now.
So yeah, it's an open concept kitchen. That's not like Ghana where you build here. They got the kitchens closed off, you know what I mean? And so when you walk in, you want to see the view that you have. So you come a straight shot, see the view. Like I said, we finishing painting. We got to unbox a lot of stuff here. So you go from the kitchen to the dining room to the living room area. Like I said, then you have the balcony with the view. So just wanted to have a straight shot, just focus in where you have, a great view of the property from anywhere.
So, couple questions for you. Do appliances come with the units?
Yeah, so refrigerator and wash and dryer come with the units.
Wash and dryer?
Well, it's a wash and dryer combo.
Really?
Yeah.
So you get refrigerator, wash and dryer. What about stove?
Stove, yeah, stove top. Stove top comes with it. Not an oven, but a stove top. But these days, it's just an air fryer.
Got you. Now, what about air conditioning?
Air conditioning comes with air conditioning. So we'll have air conditioning inside of here. What you see now with this nice breeze, with a nice fan, it'd be pretty cool. So I still have AC, but you really won't need it, especially at nighttime.
Wow. Listen, here again, every floor comes with a view. I'm looking forward to seeing like the final part downstairs. And so you said that we got a wash and dryer combo, we got refrigerator, we got AC, we got stove top.
You got 8K solar, you got 20K battery backup, and then we have solar water heaters. And so we have all that stuff here for the property.
So here's the $1 million question. How much are we talking?
So for this particular unit, it's about 1,700 square feet. So this is going for 170K USD. But on the next unit, it's going to be 2,400 square feet. So we're going to look at that probably about 185,000. And it also comes with a rooftop pool.
Wow.
So you really can't beat with all the amenities that we have here. And plus we do the condo units back there to start off at 60K for a studio to get to 2 bedrooms to 160K. About a rooftop pool, rooftop restaurant, a 24-hour clinic, a spa, a gym.
Oh, a clinic.
Yeah, because, we always worry about medical issues, the X, Y, and Z. So we want to make sure that if something happens on the property, we have somebody to attend to whatever issue is going to be on the property. So it makes a small little city/resort on the property.
So some of the questions that I get a lot is for that 170K, which we know is relatively inexpensive if you're comparing it to U.S. prices.
Right.
But the question would be if someone is looking for maybe like a payment plan or something like that, is that an option for people?
Yeah, we have 3 payment plans. And so the first payment plan, they all have 5K reservation fee, 15% down payment, and then 24 monthly payments with a balance, equal payments for the balance. Then there's a 1% HOA fee that takes care of the maintenance, 24-hour security, pool maintenance, cleaning the house, and landscaping and trash.
Wow.
And so, there's not really a maintenance culture in Ghana, so we want to be able to maintain a property.
Yeah. Now, how many units are available for sale right now?
So we have 3 more duplexes left, and we have 3 more houses left as of now. We have a whole bunch of condo units left, probably 78 out of 92 units.
So I'm looking at the house right here, and it looks like the black house.
Correct.
So as we every floor comes with a view.
Yes.
We're looking at the house, right, that you mentioned.
Correct.
So tell me a little bit about the houses that you're building as well.
So the houses is 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, 2,800 square feet. The view is incredible down there because there's unobstructed views, and I'm trying to buy the land, hopefully by the next month, and have an animal sanctuary down there. So you see animals like camels, monkeys, things down there. So when you're sitting on a balcony like this, you have some wine, you have a cocktail, smoke a cigar, hookah, whatever it is, and just relax, man. Listen to the birds chirp and watch some wildlife below your property.
So question for you. I noticed that it's all black everything. Why?
Why not? You know what I mean? And so I'm in Ghana, different in the way they build. There's nothing here that's like black houses, so I want to be different, separate myself from the pack. You know what I mean? And so I like it sleek, different design. It's different how they build in Ghana, so just trying to do something different than what they're traditionally used to building or seeing here in Ghana.
What would you say is some of the, maybe 2 or 3 pieces of advice, right? I know there's a lot of people who've seen your content already because your content is really blowing up. People are loving it, and they're inspired, right, by your story. They want to do the same thing that you have done. What would be 2 to 3 pieces of advice for somebody that is aspiring to do what you've done?
Definitely take your time, do your due diligence, and get a feel for the culture before you do anything. Get a lawyer. Get a lawyer.
Yeah.
But before you do it, sign any documentation just to make sure everything is everything.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Listen, man, this is so beautiful, man. I love the view. I love what you're doing out here. This is great.
Thanks for coming, viewing the Beyond Investments. Please subscribe to Tim Swain YouTube, and I'll talk to you later. Peace and love.